Hey guys, Prepare Mentality here. I wanted to talk to you about what can I do on a daily basis, month to month, with my emergency preparedness, getting ready for disasters. I had this question before. Some of you guys are out there feeling kind of either stuck because either one, you have everything that you think you need, items, supplies, bug out bags, go bags, emergency kits, all this stuff. Or two, you don't think you have everything you need and you're just complacent in a place where, what should I do next? And you guys are looking at YouTube videos and you're reading all this terrible stuff on the news and disasters and the coming collapse and the currency not worth anything and all these different things that we could speculate and contemplate on all day. But the simpleness of it is, what can we do on a regular, on our daily basis, month to month? So I broke down my list of things that I try to do on a month to month basis, just to keep it in a routine, and keep it to reality in my life. So number one for me, know your alerts in mornings. Know the type of weather system you have in your town, in your state, in your community, whether you have a tornado, an earthquake. Know what's going on. FEMA has a great alert system, alert app that they have. You can type in your zip code. I have multiple locations that I get alerts from, that I travel to and from. And it's a great resource to know what's coming, especially for those of you who are in the outskirts or in the woods and you're in the boonies and there's not a lot of people around you, there's not a lot going on. Definitely apps and emergency alerts can help you communicate with the outside world, know what's coming, and know what you need to prepare for. Secondly, maintain up-to-date contact information for you and your family. And this goes with keeping important documents, like I said in many videos, keeping, your passports, keeping your insurance papers, keeping medical records, anything that's important to you and your family that you think you would need in a crisis, in a disaster, in an emergency. Keep those in a safe place where everybody can find it, because we don't want to try to replace these things. It's a headache. It can be stressful at times. So definitely try to keep that in mind when you're maintaining and updating your information, and for your family members that live with you. Also, discuss with your family how you guys will communicate during an emergency. Give them options. More than likely, it'll be by your phone. If our phones aren't working and the cell phone towers are down, internet, by email or text. If that doesn't work, we set up a location where we can meet at a school, or somewhere where everybody knows that they can go to. Everybody will be there in case of an emergency. Or we meet back home. But if your home is compromised, then what's your second location to meet? But definitely discuss that with your family. Make sure everybody knows the location. Sometimes the location may change if that location is compromised as well throughout normal activity. Practice your emergency evacuation plans. I like this one just because I like to travel. Definitely know different routes to and from, ways to get out of your locations, especially from your home or going to your home, going to work, coming from work. Try different routes, try different streets to get there. Sometimes you might get lost, you may not know where you're going, but at least try to find different ways to get to and from your locations. This way you have options, you have multiple routes to get to and from a location, and you're not just stuck on one location where, there might be a disaster, emergency there. There might be traffic. There might be road blockages. So we just never know what the scenario might be. Just have different routes to and from your locations where you frequently visit and travel to on a daily. Have in-home evacuations. This is particularly important for kids. Know the locations in your home where your kids can exit from during a fire, during a flood, during a home attack, a burglary. Know where your kids can exit. Show them the different areas where they can get out of their home, whether it be a window, a door, a garage door. Just show them, because kids, you'll tell them once, but then they'll forget. So you have to tell them multiple times. And for your elderly as well. Sometimes, the older they get, the less they remember. So show them the exits monthly, where they can exit in case of these emergencies that might happen. Ways to assist and care for your family with medical issues, special needs, children, babies, disabilities. Learn how, if you have a person in your family with any of that, special needs, medical issues, or their children, or disabilities, or elderly, you have to prepare for them as well, because they're going to be slower. They're not going to think as fast. They're not going to be as sharp. They're not going to know all the information that you told them continuously. Okay, so you have to prepare for them as well. Sometimes I feel that they are left off the table when we're talking about preparedness and disasters and scenarios like this. But you have to, do something about them as well. Make sure their bags are good to go. Make sure their emergency information is good to go. Make sure they have all the resources and everything they need in case you guys have to leave your home or during a disaster. So make sure you take care of them, because they are a part of the community too. And it's just something that we have to deal with if you have one of those members in your family or at home staying with you. So just keep that in mind. It's not just about the people who are capable and able and are physically and mentally prepared. It's for the people who aren't physically and mentally prepared for these disasters as well. So keep that in mind. And this goes alongside with pets. I'm a dog lover. They're the best. That's just me. I'm biased. But if you have pets at home, make sure they have all their emergency essentials and needs: food, water, medication. That kind of basically covers it for pets, But if they have extra things that you might think they might need, have that on hand. Have that in a bag that you guys can take it and go. Either in your car or somewhere you can get it quickly for your pets. And when you're getting out of a disaster or you have to evacuate somewhere, make sure the place that you're going to accepts pets, or the family member that you're going to isn't afraid or allergic to your pet. So make sure you have evacuation plans for your pets as well. Do an inventory of all your emergency supplies. This goes with expired foods. Look at the expiration dates. Look at the last time your water was rotated. Look at your medications. Medications have expiration dates as well. Look at the batteries in your lights. Batteries in any other tools that you use around the house that takes batteries. So just do a quick inventory of everything that you have, of your bags, your packs, your emergency kits. Anything that you think you would need in a disaster, anything that you've put away for an emergency, check on them, because things do expire. Things do, get rusted and break and don't work when you need it. So check on those things monthly if you can. This goes into checking smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors. This is just basic stuff that people just don't do, but it's in their house. If you have a fire extinguisher, check your fire extinguisher. Check these things, because they're life-saving tools. It's only going to benefit you in the long run if you check them monthly, especially carbon monoxide. I know families who have lost family members and friends because of carbon monoxide, and it's sad. Check on these things. Make sure batteries are working in your alarms. Make sure you have an up-to-date fire extinguisher. Check your emergency supplies in your vehicle. Number one, check your vehicle. Make sure your vehicle is running. Make sure it's in good condition to the best of your ability. I know finances are tight nowadays, but to your best of your ability, best of your knowledge, get your oil change. Make sure everything's working properly. Check your tires. Make sure there's gas in your vehicle. I never go below half on my vehicle most of the time. That's just me. I never leave it below half. So just make sure your vehicle is good to go, because we never know when we need to relocate or get out of Dodge or somewhere. And our vehicle is just another tool. And if you have emergency supplies in your vehicle, food, water, things like that, if you have it in your vehicle, check that monthly as well. We don't want that to go to waste when we need it, because a lot of people forget, especially during the winter months, and then it becomes summer, and then it's cold, and then it's hot again, and then so we want to check our supplies, make sure it's good to go, make sure it's not expired, out of date, make sure it's not damaged, things like that. So check your vehicle and the supplies in it. And another important thing to me, exercise. Exercise daily, I would say, weekly. Exercise in your diet. Keep fit, do what you can, and also have, the diet, if you can, have healthy foods around that you can complement with your exercise. So exercise. And then most importantly, get training. Get some type of first aid training, CPR, some fire safety training, some self-defense classes, some weapons training. Get some type of training monthly if you can. Some classes are free. You can do some classes online. Study, research, look up some things. Read a book. Do these things on a daily. Especially books. If we don't have access to the internet in this magical world that we have now, get some books. Go to the library. Experience reading. Getting knowledge out of a book. I know a lot of times we get lazy. We don't want to do that. We just look something up on the internet, which is great. It's great for now, but in long-term scenarios, if the power goes out, we don't have electronics, and if we need a resource on gardening, or we need to look up something on first aid, or canning food or storing food, we have books as resources. So all this stuff, guys, you can do monthly. You can check it monthly. It doesn't have to be in this order, but the things that I list, I hope you guys get something out of it. And then at home, you can make up your own monthly list, things that I haven't said or didn't include in this list. And these are all tools. The last thing I said, the training, reading the books, knowledge is power, guys. All the other stuff I list, if you don't have knowledge and you don't know the skills to do this stuff, then everything else fails. So if we don't have any of this stuff, we have our knowledge, we have our mentality, and that's prepared mentality. So that's it for us, guys, for today. This is a monthly plan that you guys can set up, and talk to your family, your friends, get them in the rotation as well. But hope you guys will be safe, be healthy, stay blessed. This prepared mentality.